Welcome to the hobby room. This is another blog on the hobby room. So today we are going to be going to the botanical gardens in Atlanta, and this was actually a surprise for me because this is my birthday month. So this is from last month, which is October, and my husband decided to give me a surprise and take me to the Atlanta Botanical Garden. At this point we are walking towards the garden, and I do not know that we are going to the botanical gardens. But as you can see here, we are at the entrance. This is when I realized that we are going to the Atlanta Botanical Garden. It's a beautiful area really, and what makes it so important at this point of the year, at this time of the year, is that it's fall and there are a couple of festivals going on inside the garden. One of them is the fall festival, and you're going to see it in a little while, in a short time, and then the other interesting festival that's going on at this point is the super blossom. I think that's what they call it, a supernatural blossom. What that means is that, all the flowers, all the different growth and vegetation inside the garden is made to look enormous, and these are made with glass essentially, and in a short while I'll be able to show you, but this is really the entrance. We are waiting, and as you can see, these are all the events that are listed. As we enter, we'll be able to see that fall festival. We'll also be able to see that supernatural blossom festival. This is a very beautiful part of the park, which basically emphasizes on Mother Nature and the importance to conserve it for our own good as humans. This is one of those supernatural blooms. This is basically a flower that has been enlarged, and this is a part of the fall festival. As you can see, a lot of scarecrows. So like I was saying, there's an artist who basically has worked on this supernatural blossom, where he has recreated the flowers in the garden to huge sizes using glass blowings. And the interesting part is that it's so beautiful to see the detail and the intricacies of his creation on these flowers. It's really beautifully detailed. This is a really lazy, and I love this scarecrow on the pumpkin patch, and as you can see, there'll be more and more scarecrows as we go down. This is Andy, my husband, shaking hands with one of them, but basically we are just taking a stroll. It's a pretty big space, by the way. The Atlanta Botanical Garden is pretty big, and I've been to a couple of them in different cities in the US now, but this one's fairly big. That was a mermaid, by the way. This is like more from the fall festival, with a lot of pumpkin decorations and hay all around. This is another beautiful lady dressed as a scarecrow. I would rather say she's not beautiful, she's pretty hot and scary. And then as we go down, we can see more and more scarecrows. I think we basically spent our time just taking a stroll around the garden. There are different parts of the garden awaiting, to be visited by the visitors, and really beautifully decorated. I really love this plant, this tree rather. It's gotten a lot of color. This, as you can see, the tubular flowers. These are actually Venus flytraps, which we have all read about in biology books, probably in school. But it was amazing to see them in real life. They are carnivorous plants, as you know. This is a really cute, kind of like a koi pond in the center of the garden, with lotuses blossoming on the water and all kinds of beautiful things. A cute little waterfall, as you can see. And I think I'm gonna in a minute show you a frog. This is so beautiful. I liked the creativity that has gone into these festivals. As you can see, there's a toad sitting there on the water, and this is probably one of the best creations of this supernatural blossom blossom festival. These are all enlarged lotuses. These are not real, of course. These are enlarged recreations in glass of those of those lotuses that generally blossom or bloom in this water. Now we are actually going into a very interesting part of the garden, where there are like lightings that have been made to look like insects and bugs. As you can see, there are honeybees, there are ladybirds, there are butterflies, and I'll show you a little more of that in a little while as we go through that patch again as it starts to get a little more dark. Of course, there's live music. As you can see, there are these blossoms that have been created, and this part actually shows you the skyline of Atlanta a little bit as well. This is the children's part, I think. Yeah, this is the children's garden. This is even more cute, and there were a lot of children actually who were enjoying their time here. But as you can see, another scarecrow playing the violin among a patch of pumpkins and flowers. And as we go down, I found this rather cute. This is this is a honeybee, kind of a baby scarecrow dressed up as a honeybee, and then there's another monster kind of honeybee as well. This is actually another cute part. This is where they grow veggies. There is kale, as you can see. There is cabbage, and I think lettuce as well. So yeah, this is where they grow veggies, and I think this one is what I'm trying to capture here is basically, I forget. Anyway, that's us taking a stroll and just wanted to capture our faces a little bit. Again, those supernatural blooms. This one was beautiful actually. I love this wind chime kind of thing, but essentially the garden has a lot of creative art, creative interesting things that have been put on different parts of the garden to attract folks. There are two flamingos. I think they are having basically a barbecue party over there. That's cute. This is a chihuahua dog recreated into kind of like a scarecrow. And then there were as it started to get towards sunset, they basically lit up these lights that were looking nice. This is a Japanese garden. There are way better Japanese gardens in different botanical gardens, but I just wanted to capture this a little bit. This is not as beautiful. I've really visited way better Japanese gardens, but this is the skyline of Atlanta, looking rather nice as we head towards sunset on our visit to the botanical gardens. As you can see, I was talking about art, and this is like reused cans, reused straws, and it's so beautiful to see that kind of creativity. This is a girl taking on the world, another scarecrow. But this one's beautiful too. The dress is really beautiful. So more trees, more greenery. Really pleasant to the eyes. Really a nice day to go out and enjoy the garden. And of course there are, inside the garden there are places where you can eat. Of course, for your nature's calls, you have a lot of restrooms, so it's pretty comfortable. As you take a stroll, you get tired, you can grab some coffee, you can eat, and then again start exploring the rest of the garden. This one was also beautiful, a masquerade lady, a mask-worn lady, going to a masquerade kind of scarecrow. And the flowers, really beautiful. I think this part of the garden was rather interesting. They tried to recreate, capture, the Hispanic Heritage Month a little bit. So this is kind of like a Frida Kahlo looking beautiful scarecrow. And then more on that side as we go towards that side. I'll show you in a bit. Let's see. This one was really pretty. One of the prettiest scarecrows I've seen in the garden. The blossoms, the lotus again, and this plant was really cute. I've never seen anything like this, like cotton. But it was so interesting to see. It looked like fog across the, against the horizon or the skyline, really. These are again those Venus flytraps that I was talking to you about. This is a newly married, if you will, kind of couple. As we go inside, we can see more trees, more flowers. This is kind of a greenhouse setting where they have a lot of like tropical plants, very humid and hot inside, but again, very interesting part of the garden. So I'll let you guys really take a look at this and keep quiet for a minute. Maybe not for a minute, but I'll just let you take a look at this. So as you can see, this is like a greenhouse, and there are lots of beautiful plants inside. heading into the last part of our visit today. We are almost near the end. This is where they grow the veggies, as I was telling. There are tomatoes. Interesting thing is these are not the real tomatoes. The tomatoes are basically this is eggplant or brinjal, as we call it in our part of the world. These are also recreated to look really big, as you will see in a minute. The supernatural bloom has kind of made these tomatoes look bigger. They have created these tomatoes out of glass to make it look nice. This is another cute scarecrow, by the way. And
you see the name?
this one's so cute, really. Anyway, you're gonna see that we are walking towards the entrance back again, I think, at this point, and we'll be able to walk past the bridge. So this is basically the bridge. This is one level higher than the ground. So we are there, and we are basically walking towards the entrance back at this point, because we are almost at the end of our trip here. We enjoyed the experience. Rather, I enjoyed the experience. I thought it was a beautiful, beautiful surprise with my husband, because I love to be amidst nature, and I like greenery a lot. And also, the fact that there were a lot of festivals going on at this time. Saw a lot of people, so it was really nice to go out and enjoy this day in this way. Hope you guys enjoyed it too, our short trip to the botanical garden. But as I said earlier, I think we are gonna basically go to this last part where they had a lot of, there was a beautiful sunset across from these lotuses, and it was beautifully nice. So thanks for watching, you guys. Do like, share and subscribe.